There we go. Hey everybody, welcome back to the third hour of Once Upon a Game, where we are playing Ben Robbins' Follow, and we are just completely fucking up, just every turn. Um, we are House Dumpster Fire. Uh, that's that's what we are. Um, so we're trying to raise an army here. I believe it's MTO scene. We're meeting with the Count to try to get an army to go fight this Lich. So
Um,
our goal here is to be more entertaining than the Warcraft movie.
I think we're succeeding so far. We don't have as good of a budget, unfortunately, but we're doing okay. Um, yeah, I think End and Olivia and maybe Balthazraz are all like in the same place wherever the Fellowship is staying at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think they're trying to make End look not like a dying corpse or a long dead corpse, so that he can
So like a
actually
Weekend at
hear.
Bernie's situation.
Yeah, where they're trying to make him look not dead, so they can present him before the court as their tracker
Right.
or whatever.
Okay.
Um,
So who's doing this?
well, it would be. I want to do it with Barry or Bathy or
Barty.
Marty or Bath Salt, whatever his name is, and Olivia, my
Traz. Okay.
Alcatraz, my second character, and then Olivia, my second character.
Can I bring Chunk to try to prove to him I can do magic?
Sure, that actually sounds great. Eric, would you like to play Olivia in this scene?
Yeah, I'll play Olivia. That sounds good.
Okay. Well, Sarcastron is out doing like important courtly stuff. Chunk and Barty and Inns and Olivia are all just like sitting in this tiny inn trying to give Ind a makeover.
Yeah, so I think I'm like setting up like a like circle of like runes like around you, like with like some candles and stuff. So like, I'm like trying to do the spell to like reconstruct your undead body. And like maybe I brought like a side of beef or something to like jam into the hole, like seal up around it, and I'm like trying to explain what I'm doing to Chunk. I'm like, well, you see, these ancient ruins are going to allow me to tap into the powers of the unknown, and then I will use this excess beef to re-stitch together the wounds and repair the damage. You're muted.
Your mic is muted, not your.
Oh, sorry. I just keep going, but I'm patting End on the shoulder, and I'm like, "You doing okay, buddy?"
End okay. End feels strange putting meat inside of End. End not really want to be in.
I mean, I can't claim to understand how surgery works, but most surgeons are pretty good at what they
Like
do.
all magic.
I am not a surgeon. I'm using a spell.
You've created a cleansely area. You're lighting it well. You're talking a lot. You say you're not a surgeon, and yet you're just hitting all the correct.
For someone who doesn't trust surgery, you sure know a lot about the checklist of things for surgery.
I didn't say I didn't trust surgery. I said I didn't understand.
I'm just gonna be like, just watch, and then
Olivia,
Yeah, I think.
you. Yep.
Oh no, I was going to say Olivia remarks of how once the procedure starts, how more resembling of Marcus you actually are.
Who Marcus?
One day you learn.
No, who Marcus?
It's you. Before you were dead.
End is end. End is end. All end is end. End's not Marcus.
Like I said, one day you'll understand.
I think that's like when like the spell like begins to like work.
Yeah.
But like, of course, like I think his like goal is to make End like look like a person, like to like put like an illusion over End.
Yeah.
But like something like a little more physical.
This is literally chapter 2, week end at Bernie's.
Oh yeah. It like kind of like there's like some sparking and like a flash and like it doesn't. It's maybe like hard to tell at first, but like there's something like End like looks more like a person, but there's just something off. And
it's that uncanny valley, right?
I was gonna leave it up to the group to say like what I messed up with like this visage that I like tried to make.
Really pronounced chin.
It's just like the crimson chin.
The whole time, Chunk has been ignoring everything that's happening and is just talking to Olivia and is like, "What are you, 5'2", 5'3"? Just, asking for coffin measurements. Was this like 18, 20 inches elbow to elbow?
I'm not sure. I beg your pardon, sir.
You're gonna die eventually. I mean, shouldn't you have your measurements ready?
The nerve of some people. No, sir. I'm not crude and obscene like you.
Olivia, you have pretty makeup. Can you fix my face?
I look down at it and I'm like, wow, you're looking a lot better. I'm telling you, surgery is the way to go, buddy.
What are you? I just didn't you see the effects and it was.
What are you, like 5'6"?
I don't know, Marcus. I don't think there's enough makeup in the world to help you.
Just make End face not look like giant.
I mean, sure, like
I think you're just gonna have to work with it.
The chin isn't great, but I mean, the glamour of this magnitude is not easy to do. This is really a good result. This is what we want to.
I have a book about body positivity that I want you to look over.
Listen, Doc, I don't need to know what you do in your free time with glamming and all that, but I don't really know why you packed extra meat into his chin when you were sewing everything back up. That seems like a cruel and unusual joke.
That's gotta be the scene.
Yeah, that's the scene. That's the scene.
Yeah.
That was great, guys. Thank you. This is amazing. Just so much lighter than our Burning Wheel campaign, where we're all just like sad and angry at each other.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, so it's AP's turn.
Wow.
We have to actually get the army this time, don't we?
So, am I the last person before the wrap-up scene?
Yeah.
Or do I? Okay, so I actually do have to make some headway on that, or we're screwed. So I think that Sir Castron and Count Humphrey should be there for sure. End also should be there. And rather than Chunk being there, maybe Lynn is there in the background. It's not like a party so much as it's held outside of whatever establishment we're in as like an open festival type, like join the army after playing horseshoes with your favorite count type thing. And Lynn is just going to all of the food places and trying all of the food. That's her jam. She's wearing like flannel, and it's just like, oh, this is amazing, guys. Have you tried this sausage? I mean, I don't know what they put in the spices, but with the mustard and... Count, have you tried this sausage? I mean, I know it comes from your homeland, and your cooks literally made it, but...
I guess I would... Who's playing the Count?
That's probably me, because my character's not there.
Yeah.
So he'll be like, oh yes, it's the finest of delicacies. Are you joining the army? We need bodies. We need many. Would you like it?
Oh, no. I mean, I thought we were here so that you could give a speech to rally everybody.
Oh, yes, that will be done. Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, I was talking to Sir Castron. He's standing right behind you.
Oh, God. Well...
I think that's maybe when Ind walks out of the tavern. And has anyone ever seen Django Unchained? That blue outfit that Django wears? Ind is wearing that with like a powdered wig. And he's like a massive kid.
Powdered wig.
And he just like walks out and looks at the sausage and just grabs it out of her hand and takes a bite.
Life is difficult. She reaches over and picks up another thing of sausage and dips it in. You could have just done that, and... Anyway, Sir Castron, what are you going to tell these people to, like, make an army? That's a lot of work. Don't you feel bad knowing that most of them will die?
I know. Don't worry.
How do you deal with the responsibility of that?
He doesn't.
I think this is where the Count is just like, ooh, that's a good question.
I think it'll be a scene,
Let's
so I think
say-
the climax will be the speech.
Right, but right now is the harassing of Sir Castron.
I'm drinking a lot.
I think
Oh, God.
So you deal with your problems by drinking. I see. I think my brother does that. You might be more alike than you realize.
Chunk and Sir Castron are similar. They don't value human life very much.
I agree with that.
Says
It
the
does
person
seem
who's not human.
End is end, but ends do what human do.
Lynn starts patting Ed on the back, and it's like, there, don't listen to him. He's a monster. Sir Chris...
He gives you a big hug, and he's like taller than you, so he like lifts you up a little bit.
See, Sir Castron, he's a nice man, and you are horrible for saying that he's not living. You're a bad person.
But I'm not living.
All right. Well, I'm ready. I'm ready to do the climax because I'm kind of done being
I love
harassed.
the idea of the Count in the background, just like, well, this is going to go amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Alright.
the Count is starting to drink too.
The world may die, but at least I had entertainment today.
Wow.
The sausage isn't bad either.
We're so fucked, guys.
A little bit. We're a little bit fucked.
All right.
Anyways, okay, cool. So let's do the climax part. All right. So in order to finish the challenge, who makes this scene again? So the player.
Well, we need to decide if it happened. We need to decide what the consequences are, right?
I think I set the scene first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so I think it's to you, Sam. I think you do. You come up with the climax here. Then we're going to do this sort of like pick the tokens thing again.
Yeah, so I think in this scene we have like a little like wooden stage, with like a little, those little like boxes that people use to like stand in a podium.
Yeah.
And like there's like a big crowd in front of it, and like they see you like sort of like awkwardly walking up, and they're like being like all like clapping and cheering, and like you maybe like hear like some people in the front row, and it's like, oh, it's Sir Castron. Oh, is that really him? Oh man, it's Sir Castron. And then we like zoom in like close up on like Sir Castron as he's like walking up to the stage. And I mean, I don't know. You tell me how he looks, Eric.
Yeah. So I'm probably wearing like the same clothes that like Arthas wore, when he came back to Loderon. You know what I'm talking about?
Wow, he looks super dark, man. He had like a dark hood
Oh,
hanging over
oh,
his
that's
face.
right. Never mind. Never mind. No, I'm thinking the wrong thing. No, I'm thinking of like good
I think that's
artists.
perfect. Go for
Like,
it.
no, I'm a good guy. So, I think no, like I'm like that. So I'm like I'm wearing like like regal like regal armor, like a white cloak drapes and like gold ram like motifs clamps that on my giant blizzard artistically styled gigantic pauldrons. Um, and I like wave at everybody and then everyone's like cheering or whatever, and I do something like like I do like that good morning. Um,
Good
in
morning.
in a couple months, um, I will be leading an army from here, to join, in the fight against the Lich, um, in the most important battle in the history of mankind, and I say like now, mankind will have a new meaning for us after this battle. This is not fighting just for the kingdom. This is fighting for everyone who's alive. Perhaps it's fate that this day lands on the anniversary of the founding of our kingdom. That I ask this, but we will be united against the Lich. We'll be united in our common interests of survival. We will be united in our common interest of freedom from tyranny and oppression and prosecution and annihilation.
And this will be our Independence Day.
Yeah, I know. I'm totally fucking ripping off the Independence Day presidential speech.
I heard it. I
And then
heard it.
I think
I think we should do the thing.
Yeah, we need to do the vote to see what happens. To
Yeah.
see
I think
fucks this up. It'll be fun.
I think on like the last like word of the speech, like before we like see how the crowd reacts, Barty just like uses his magic to shoot up like a flare and just have like a firework explode and write out your name behind you.
Yeah. So let's do the climax, guys, again. So
Alright.
once again, we start with one white and one red. So now we're gonna do that. We're gonna do the part about if your main character is unhappy about the path our fellowship is taken, have one red stone. If your main character actually wants the quest to fail, hold 2 red stones. Otherwise, hold no red stones. So remember, a maximum of 2. Just type it into chat, but don't press enter yet. And then on the count of 3, so 1, 2, 3, enter. We're gonna press enter, and we're gonna reveal how many stones we're holding. So 1, 2, 3, enter. Alright, so we had 2 red tokens.
Traitors.
No, no one explained why you needed these people.
That's true.
It sounds like we're fucked, so let's just watch this fucker burn.
I
So
think I explained
each-
it.
Chunk laid out the reason why you don't need an army, because either he will do it or nothing will do it.
Well,
End of
we need
discussion.
we need an army because that's what the game says we needed. So that's why
I
we have to
mean,
do it.
That's for Chunk. That was
Next,
Yeah.
okay, next question.
Yeah, it's fine.
Each player takes 1 white token and 1 red token. As a player playing this game, not as the character, but yourself, do you think the Fellowship did what was necessary to succeed at the challenge? Hold white if yes, red if no. Once again, so that's 0 if get ready to type 0 if you think it's a white token, or 1 if you think it's a red token. 3, 2, 1, enter. Alright, 2 more red tokens and 2 right tokens. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and do the old bag simulation. So I'm gonna roll a d9. Thank you, roll 20, for allowing me to roll a 9-sided die. 4.
Red.
Oh wait, no, it's actually, well, it still is, but somehow I'm missing a number.
3.
You're missing a 3.
Yeah, I'm just changing out the things, but it doesn't matter because a 4 is still red. So I'm going to just erase that, and so now I'm gonna roll a d8. A 4 being okay.
It's kind of hard to succeed in this game.
It is.
It
really
is. Well, it's
hard.
really hard if you put red tokens in it. An 8. White token.
White token.
Yay.
Red and white.
Red, white. Now, in the game, a red, white means a challenge won, but we lose 1 character. Hey, that's pretty good.
I have a thought.
Okay.
I don't know if we want to kill MCs yet, but I'm totally open to the flare, like freaking, like when the flare goes up, Ed loses his glamour, and then all the peasants are like zombie, and then they try to kill Ed. Not Ed, End. And that like unites them against the cause. Like that's the thing that would make the most sense for us to lose a person in this situation. Unless someone was just like, yeah, fuck this, and straight up left.
Yeah, no, I like that. I actually, I had to do this. This is like part for revenge on Sir Darren. What if I like be like, behold, this is an enemy of the people, and I like totally throw you under the bus, and
It's like, look, they're even within our own city.
yeah, look at this, and I like throw him there, and like and you get fucking torn apart by people.
Oh, so like, okay, I like this. So like, End is standing up on the stage with the rest of the fellowship, and then the flare goes up, and then End just loses his glamour.
Ooh, yeah.
Chunk leans in and it's like, you know, this is really fucked up, Castrin. I don't get why you all get to kill people and I don't.
And so like, End like falls into the crowd, and let's just start ripping him apart with whatever they have on them.
Yeah.
You don't see the moral dilemma I'm having here?
I think Barty is gonna just go up and just like tap, like pat Chunk on the shoulder and just be like, "Oh, don't worry, Chunk. I've got a great job for you. Remind me to tell you about it a little later. All right?"
See,
What
it's
are
not,
you, like 5'11"?
Olivia is crying inconsolably.
When will you see? It's like, Chunk. When will you ever learn that people don't care about the simple? Am I allowed to do this or not? They need an ideal that gives them exemption, and let them do what they want.
So you're saying you are allowed to do what you want because you think that you are?
Also, to be
All
fair,
people,
he was
all people
already
strive
dead.
for that. Yes.
Yeah, I think
So if I think it's okay for me to start killing people, then it is?
Olivia's
Are you
holding
dependent on my coin or not?
battered body, like in the streets as the peasants have cleared to go enlist or whatever.
I feel like Chunk just crosses his hands over his chest and just watches N get savagely torn apart.
It depends on if you want my coin or not.
He's looking really pensive and thoughtful, like, this is a lot to consider.
Yeah. You can't if you still want my coin and need my coin.
Well, what if I just kill you first and take your coin?
That would be very hard in a city of everyone who fucking loves me.
Boom.
Literally,
I just
my
told them that
name
you
is a firework in the sky right now. Like,
I could just tell them that you brought that undead here. And that you're planning to have all of them die in the rush at the Lich.
it seems far more likely that they think you're lying and you're also working with
How
him.
about this?
You're
kind of
complicit you're complicit just as much as me, and I have fireworks in the sky, and I can say you're a liar. So
How about this, Chunk?
I like how you're like, you're complicit. And Chuck is like, I don't understand what you mean by complicit. If you mean that I kill people on a regular basis, the answer is yes.
Chunk, how
Look,
about
man,
this?
yeah.
You won't kill our friend here right now. You won't kill Sir Castrin right now. But what you will do later is I'll let you kill the Count. How's that sound?
Why do I want to kill the Count?
Well,
You know, I wonder if the Count has more money than Castrin.
he much certainly does. You can kill him, take all his money.
No, I mean, he could pay me to kill Castrin.
No, but he doesn't have any desire to kill Castrin. Castrin leads his armies.
Wait, why do you have to kill... Wait, what?
We need to kill the Count.
You just said you needed to kill Castrin. That's what you said.
No, I said you need to not kill Castrin.
But you said you needed to kill Castrin.
No, I said that.
Enough! Can you guys stop arguing about who needs to kill me, and can we get back to the task on hand? And that's probably it.
Yeah, maybe we're like watching the people that are just like, Castrin.
You're ruining my glowful moment right now.
You know,
Okay.
I thought you were supposed to be some sort of holy knight, but you seem kind of like a jackass right now. And it's sad because this is probably the high point of your career, buddy.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You're at your worst when you're supposed to be at your best. I
Wayne
feel
Gretzky
like
also said that.
the gods set this up to remind you of something.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can all agree you're not going to kill Castrin now, and in exchange, you will get to kill the Count a little later. Do you not? I'll kill him if you don't want to kill him.
I mean, I could
You said you
kill him,
wanted.
but normally I kill people for money.
Well,
I'm sure I can find someone to pay me to kill him.
This is part of the beating the Lich thing.
Wait, we have to kill him to beat the Lich?
Yes. What?
Is
We
he
don't
the
have the
Lich?
shield anymore. No, I told you we need to use a spell. Magic.
I walk away.
My Olivia's beliefs and goals have changed.
You know, Olivia, if you have some money, I happen to know a guy.
I think the scene ends with you walking away. I think that's a pretty... It's just like, all right, I'll explain my entire plan. It involves a spell. And then it's over.
God. Alright, let's do the last challenge, guys. So now I think it goes to MTO. So we've done get the weapon, raise an army. What's the last thing?
Let's see. What's our condition on the Lich? It's in a hard to reach place, or the land is barren and lawless. I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, Eric. I think Castrin's proposition is basically to use the army to lure out the Lich and get the Lich to show up in person.
So this is then...
I feel like this is
Face the Beast, maybe.
This sounds like Face the Beast.
Yeah. Or Face the Beast, yeah. I don't know. Either way, Face the Beast or Escape the Beast.
Okay. Face the Lich.
Because this is the last one, right?
Yeah, Face the Lich. I think is the one that it has to be then.
Okay. Cool. So you set the scene, or you set the situation and what's going on right now, and then you're going to you're going to designate the main character that you want, who thinks is going to be the first person responsible for handling how this gets settled.
I think Chunk is marching in formation with a bunch of peasants at the helm, and that's what I think. But
Okay.
you're marching towards the final battle. Is my proposition.
I need Chunk.
And so do I set the scene, or are you still setting it?
I haven't done this yet, so correct me on how it works.
I haven't been the recipient of this yet, so...
Okay, so that's where I jump in then, and I can tell you guys how it's supposed to work. No, that's right. So all Michael's supposed to do is kind of describe the situation that confronts the Fellowship and kind of bring it to life a little bit. For the first scene, that means it's going to be AP who's going to be the person who's going to set this actual first scene and have this sort of control.
I think the final battle is happening in the remnants of a city that's been overrun by the dead.
Okay.
Super metal.
I mean, there's absolutely no reason not to have Castrin and that old Barty, probably on horses, in the distance.
Yeah.
And I'm curious if Olivia would like to join the Citizens Militia.
Olivia, I think Olivia is with you, but she may be on a horse or something. I don't know.
All right, and Chunk is just like, all right, Olivia, so this is how it goes. Take your horse, you take these people, and you ride that way, straight toward where that giant fire is. And you keep going. And
Until we all die.
I mean, you gotta die eventually.
I don't want to rush it.
22 inches, maybe, elbow to elbow?
24.
Oh, well, I mean that's some good chicken winning there. Okay, listen.
I like a little bit of wiggle room.
Okay. Listen, everything's gonna be fine. You seem, angry.
What about your coffin?
No, listen. Stop concentrating on the coffin. You need to concentrate on the combat.
No. Chunk, what happens when you die? What happens when you go in there to fight the Lich and it fails because you're right and the army's not going to help, and if we can't kill it with a sword and we needed that fucking shield and we don't have that fucking shield, it's not going to happen.
Well, I feel like it's going to be a really short fight then, but I bet it's going to look awesome.
Okay.
You're a very simple
What do you think, Barney? Is it going to be bitchin'?
Firework goes
like,
up,
yeah!
big thumbs up firework.
I think we zoom into Barty, and Barty just looks at you and is like, "It's okay, Catherine. They're all gonna die, but we must circle around with the Count and get the spell ready."
So Chunk's probably getting on the peasants. He's like, charge! He runs a couple steps until the peasants start running too, and then he slows down so they pass him.
Yeah.
And then he dusts himself off and sits back and enjoys his work.
All right, now the real plan unfurls.
Olivia's sitting behind you and it's just like, you're a fucking ass. You know that?
Well, I want to point out, Olivia, this actually
I'm like,
was my plan. It was Castrin's. I'm being paid to do this.
Yeah. And
so you're an ass for hire. That's impressive.
And then I say, it's for
I mean, the way
good.
you state. No, okay, listen. The way you stated that is the way that some women I have spent with that night. Listen,
You would be the kind of person who advocates for sex.
It's not an appropriate term, okay?
Catherine is right. It is for the greater good. We are saving the world.
Yeah. So Castrin gets to murder who he wants to and call it good.
Yeah.
I told you, you can
Paladin, Paladin,
Chunk
baby.
is pulled out a knife and it is cleaning underneath his fingernails, just yawning.
Can I borrow that for a second? I'm kind of worried. I don't really have a weapon.
Yeah, I hand Olivia my knife.
Don't do it.
Okay.
Okay, let's get into position.
Yeah. All right, and I think that's probably seen.
Cool. That's you, Eric, right?
Yeah. Okay. Shit. So
Come on, we're set up for success here. All of those people are dying to.
a lot of those people are dying, eating up all the Lich's magic.
We get the helicopter shot of people just being turned into skeletons by death magic.
I feel like Carmina Burana is playing.
So what are we? Are we gonna sneak up behind the Lich or something? Is that the plan? Are we
my plan is basically sneak up behind him. Basically, what I want to do is get up behind him and use the sacrifice to prepare, basically to make it so that I can steal his magic and then send you guys to kill the Lich. That was my plan. So whether you guys follow it or not.
No, that's perfect.
I was obviously lying to you the whole time. I'm not trying to save the world.
Yeah. Okay. No, so this would be the plan to sneak around and not get noticed. So
Right.
that's I think that's what this part is going to be. So boy, so all these people are dying and stuff like that, and we're gonna go from roof to roof. Yeah, so we have to jump over a street full of skeletons or something like that to the other side. And okay. And so obviously this is going to be a Lord of the Rings situation when they're trying to cross Mordor, and so Castrid makes the first jump, but part of the building breaks or whatever, so now it's harder for the next person. So I'm come on, the building's crumbling, we have to go.
Oh, Chunk actually pushes his way to the front there. He knows how this works.
Chunk, I need you to toss
Olivia jumps.
Come next. Come on, push in front of me.
Olivia jumps and then like reaches out below the ledge to try and catch Balthazatraz or whatever the fuck your name is.
I think Barty, like, you see him jump, and he like just like does this, and instead of like creating one giant eagle, he just like a cloud of doves kind of like carries him a little bit, and then he just like falls through it onto the
You're literally a Disney princess.
Exactly.
Does like Olivia like catch you in midair?
Yeah. I think basically like he tried to like cast fly, but he more cast like fly for 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, glide. And so
Sail.
And catches your hand.
As they're pulling you up, Chunk's just like, if you let all those doves out earlier, you would have had enough weight to make the jump, right?
I think
Really is good.
I think before she pulls him up, she like whispers in his ear, "Help me bring back my husband, or I drop you."
Yeah.
Of course. That was always my goal.
And I think that scene.
That was fast.
Yeah.
That
It was
was-
an easy obstacle. Like I feel like now we're like getting closer to position, and now so that's scene.
Okay.
That leaves my sister back on the other side of the building.
Correct.
I think your sister
who?
died.
Oh,
in the
Lynn?
basic corners.
She'll be fine.
Oh wait, no, Lynn didn't cross yet.
No, but that's fine. I don't want her to come with you guys. She might die.
She
Oh, so
walked
she gets stuck behind is the end of the scene.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like
that makes
the
sense.
idea that it's
That's the cost of us succeeding for this at this part.
Oh yeah, there you go. But I like the idea that the end of the scene is just like her walking up to the like now like really big edge, like looking at it and just being like, nah.
You guys are good.
All right, Lynn, just stay there.
Has anyone ever seen
Why
the
do
movie
that?
Your Highness? This is
Damn
what this
turn.
is reminding me of. Anyway, horrible film. Don't ever watch it.
So that's my scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
And is this the last one or second to last?
Second to last.
I guess this is murdering the Count then. So I think like to set up the scene, it's like me, it's the whole group is here, and the Count is in the like this like magical circle again, like similar to where we saw End, and Barty is like chanting something, and then he looks over to you guys and is like, now you have to.
Yeah, Olivia just knifes him. Olivia just like grabs him by the forehead and slices his throat.
I was like,
I was really hoping for a chance to ask him if he wanted to pay doubles so that I could kill Barty. I really don't appreciate you cutting in on my business there, Olivia.
I think she reaches into his pocket and is like, he didn't have anything anyway. Can we move on?
I think at this point, like Barty's like spell is like beginning to happen. He's like completely like ignoring you guys and just like caught up in, like if he like stops doing what he's doing, he's gonna.
Oh yeah, I go over and start shaking Barty. I'm like, hey, what was the point of that, by the way? Why did we kill him now of all times? It seems like we could. I was just like slapping him in the face, like, pay attention to me. Why are you muttering? So rude.
You're not getting anything. I'm just continuing.
Time to go, Chunk.
Oh.
Castron, what's the point of all of this? Why did we keep him alive this long?
There's not a point.
Why didn't we just throw him at the lich like everybody else? None of what you guys are doing is making any sense. You just seem to kill people arbitrarily, and then when I do it, you get upset.
I would not be upset if you arbitrarily killed Castron right now.
Really?
Yeah,
Castron, do you have any thoughts about that?
I'd be totally fucking down for that.
Castron?
Look, it's for the greater good.
If I kill you,
It's for the
okay.
greater good.
I mean, yeah, I like whip my sword out. I'm like, okay, for the greater good.
No.
One more.
No, maybe after we kill the lich, maybe.
I can kill you after we kill the Lich for the
Yes,
greater good.
I've done a lot of bad things, but it's for the greater good. So just
Horse shit.
shut
You
up.
gave up on the greater good the minute my husband fell down a fucking hole.
Chunk, you have permission to kill her.
Do you
For
really
the greater
want
good,
to?
Chunk.
This is really conflicting right now. You've each
Do you
given me
really-
permission to
do you
kill
really
me.
want to? Can I just ask you, Chunk? What did my husband ever do to you?
Oh, I stab her in the neck. When she's like, "Do you really want to?" I'm just like, "Ah."
Well, what happens? What happens to her?
I think she dies, and then you all walk away, and then we see her hands start to move with necromantic magic.
Oh,
Perfect.
okay, you're gonna play evil Olivia. Okay.
No,
Olivia?
dead Olivia.
It's like, come on, the incantation's almost done. We can kill the Lich. So let's. So that's probably seen.
Yeah.
That's probably seen.
Fuck, guys, we're horrible.
We're
Don't
the
worry,
ones.
Casper, you're next. I mean, maybe the Lich first, but
You guys set this up perfectly for me to become the next Lich.
I know.
I know.
All right. So whose turn is it again? Is it AP's?
No, it's mine.
Oh, okay.
So, I think the spell that Balthazastraz or
Barty.
Barty has been casting somehow stole enough necromantic energy away to like bring Olivia back up. She like stands up and her like head's sort of like wobbling off to one side and her hair's getting all bloody. She's like she's just like looking at you, waiting for you to do something.
Isn't this the climax?
No, this is the last scene before the climax.
Oh, okay. I'm just like I'm completing this spell. Like this is like the biggest magic Barty's ever done. He has no ability to multitask at this point.
Yeah, you're just like.
I think we get the like internal like journey that Olivia's taken thus far, and we see like her and Marcus like getting married, and Marcus getting attacked by a horde of the undead when the Lich first appeared, and her fighting them off with like a kitchen cleaver. And then we see End coming back to life, and her trying to like teach End to be a person again, and then the Fellowship forming, and then we relive all the events that the audience has seen thus far, and then we just get to this scene, and Olivia just like a single dead person tear runs down her face, and she turns around and walks towards the Lich's like final position or whatever. If she can't get Barty to engage with her. And I think that's scene.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, is that scene, guys? I feel like
I think that's scene. I think that's scene. I think it's climax time.
All right. Well, the person who made the first scene gets to describe the climax.
was that me?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You can describe what the Fellowship is doing that would decide the challenge once and for all.
Okay, so I think the Lich is leaning against a staff in the middle of a rune-covered room with like marble pillars, and there's giant tapestries hanging from the dome ceiling. And Artie is clearly attempting to do some magic-y stuff, and Chunk is just standing behind the group, just like, okay.
All right. And is that the start of the climax?
Yes.
Okay. So, we all start with one white and one red token, and then because we got a success and failure in the other two missions, we get another white and another red token.
All right, guys, we gotta win here.
Okay, so now we do each player takes 2 red token thing again, right? And once again, this is if your main character is unhappy about the path the Fellowship is, so your character. So zero red tokens, 1 red token, or 2 red tokens to try to tank our odds of succeeding here. So get ready to type it in, what you think, and then 3, 2, 1, enter.
My plan is going perfectly.
Get fucked.
I mean, my plan is to kill you as soon as your magicking is done. So,
All right. As a player, do you think the Fellowship succeeded at the quest? Hold white if yes, red if no. This will decide the entire quest, not just this challenge. So once again, 0 is white, 1 is red. 3, 2, 1, enter. All right, so zeros. So we had 4 white tokens.
Oh man.
the descent compulsions.
Yeah, I actually like that idea. That's a better headcanon.
I don't know. I like the current canon, actually, that everybody's just a huge jackass.
Yeah.
I think that's also very true.
And the whole time, the one straight man playing it all, because he knows you can just murder who you want to. It's okay.
All right, so the first one's a 1d10. A 10, a white token.
Okay. All right. Come on, white.
So wait, what are our possible outcomes now?
No, it's too late. Don't
Shut
describe
up.
that. Just go ahead and roll.
White, white, white.
Double white.
Holy
Challenge
shit!
wins.
I
Unbelievable.
am the Lich King.
We won the challenge, which means we won the quest. So we kill the Lich, and now we do our like sort of like a resolution and epilogue of what happens after this quest. So we kill the Lich. Obviously, Barty becomes the next Lich. We see that starting to happen, but I want to see what other people do.
I mean, seconds later, I'd be drawing my sword and trying to kill our good paladin.
Yeah, I was gonna say I get fucking immediately decapitated by Chunk. That's like the next scene is I get killed by Chunk.
I would love
I know, so that's fine. That's my epilogue. I'm killed by Chunk. I'm done.
I like if it's like the epilogue is in the form of like a snapshot, and we've just got Chunk like decapitating the paladin. We've got like Barty like standing there going like ultimate power, and then we have what's Olivia doing?
Olivia's like about to like bite. Is about to like bite Chunk on the neck. She's like got him. She's like about to jump on him, like zombie Olivia.
What about Chunk? Oh, yeah, Chunk just cuts my head off. Yeah.
It's killing you.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. All right then. Well, holy shit! What a fucking train wreck of a quest, everybody.
Technically, we succeeded.
We pulled
I
it out
know.
in the end.
I know.
don't know how.
This was like this is literally landing a plane on fire.
I mean, I want to point out, Barty's probably going to need somebody to do some assassination work for him, and he knows the guy.
But he can
my
resurrect
God.
and he'll
All
totally
right.
do it.
Yeah,
I mean, you're assuming I died from you jumping on me. Let's leave that nebulous, though.
Yeah. I think Olivia's gonna try and kill Chunk.
Wow. Okay. So, what the hell, guys? Okay. This happened.
We're all changed people now. We've seen into the worst bits of one another's soul.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure Chunk is exactly the same as how it started.
Yeah, that's true.
All you've done is prove that Chunk is 100% correct.
I mean, the thing is, like, everything went exactly as Barty planned. Like, this went perfectly for him.
Leafington says this was the best episode of Fiasco yet.
Yeah, right. That's honestly like. So we're at the part where like I like to do a post-mortem of our game, and spend some time talking about it. And I want to hear everyone's thoughts on it. Yeah, I was literally going to make that comment of like this was just a better version of Fiasco. To be honest with you, like this was a Fiasco game.
It also felt like, to a certain extent, this is the way the game is meant to be played.
I disagree with that.
And I could see it going a completely.
I feel like it's a lot more interesting when you're not sure if you're going to succeed.
Wait, okay. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to back up a second. What do you mean when you say this is the way the game's supposed to be played? What do you mean?
I feel like the game is supposed to be played with characters that aren't always on the same page. I think that's like a very clear thing in the way the rules are written, is that not all the characters are going to agree on what's going to happen. Even if they agree on what needs to be done, they don't agree on how to do it.
Yes.
I don't disagree with that, but I feel like there's supposed to be more earnest struggle than we had in our game, except for maybe Eric's character, who actually had that.
Yeah, I kind of I agree and disagree, and this is where I draw the line. I totally believe you. I totally agree about the whole idea of having conflict in a group and like struggles and not having sure how to proceed. I mean, literally, the second step after you make your characters is describe the angst of your group and have like how the relationships aren't functional, right? Like someone needs something out of other people. Like there's tension between members. That's clearly built and baked into the game. But yeah, and I totally agree also that like not knowing if you succeed or fail is integral to the game. Like it wouldn't be fun if you knew if you already succeeded going into it. So what I'm wondering is like you could have played this way more seriously or not.
We sort of played it like a very dark Monty Python sketch.
Yeah, this was a very dark Monty Python sketch. Yeah.
Nothing matters, and everyone dies eventually.
Mm-hmm. It feels.
Executive producer like, Kurt Vonnegut, who's also a zombie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels like that would be funny if you had like all the like producers come out in zombie makeup.
Yeah. Like
as the end credits, everybody comes out and takes a bow in zombie makeup. It would be great.
I feel like Chunk definitely like set the tone for like what the game was going to be like, and we all just sort of like rolled with that. I think it worked out really well.
I definitely think Chunk was the main character in all this.
Well,
somehow.
It's weird. Yeah, it's funny because like I was playing Sir Castron to be the straight man, but fucking Chunk was the straight man the whole time. Yeah. He was the one who wasn't funny, who actually like was the average person, just being like, "Dude, I just want money," and like everyone else was these insane lunatics. Like he was the baseline for everybody, right? For all the jokes and all the crazy personalities. So that was awesome. So Leavington asks, I played this before. Did you experience it similarly with your other games? No, my games were drastically different than this. We did. So my rebellion game against the fifth graders was fucking serious. We got into some like child protective services type stuff, like horrible backstories for some of the people, like broken home situation stuff. It was like really dark. It was like this really dark game about fourth graders. It was emotionally devastating, but it was also really, really fun to do. This other times I played this game, God, this is really embarrassing, but I honestly don't remember.
I also think it's interesting to
what's up?
Like, I sort of intentionally played characters that were not good at what they were supposed to be good at in Olivia and End. But I feel like the thing about this game is you can sort of do it however you want. You could play the incompetent jackass, Olivia, or you could play like someone who's actually good at what they claim to be good at doing, and it works pretty well either way. Which
I remember one of my games I played. We did the Posse, and we did Space Bounty Hunters. That one was fucking awesome. Our first challenge was awesome. It felt like a movie. We got double crossed in a space station, trying to get information on our quarry. It was awesome. But like we also fucking got nothing but red tokens that like entire game, so it was really cool. But yeah.
I think
you're gonna have some really cool stories with this game.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we just played some Monty Python sketch with the dragon before we decided to do that, we were thinking about playing like fucking serious political Game of Thrones Roman, using the same system. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's a very flexible system. When I first read it, I was like, I don't know how I feel about there not being any like flavor to this at all. But that's kind of the fun part.
Yeah, no, like this, all it does is gives you a skeleton. That's all this story game is. It's just a skeleton and being like, step one, do this. It's very much like Fiasco, in fact. It's like Fiasco crossed with Kingdom is kind of what I see it.
And like I said,
just a skeletons.
Like I didn't say this on stream, but before the stream I was talking about how most of my experience comes from OSR games. And so I'm very much used to like sort of ridiculous ultra-violence at a certain point, as all OSR games sort of end up being. And we had that without the violence, which was kind of interesting.
That's something that I find a lot of my story gaming ends up like not getting into, is like the gratuitous violence and like combat of things, because it actually ends up being some of the most
It's so boring.
the least interesting parts of the game, because you don't have to worry about like you end up just describing like sword porn of like, you know, just like combat porn of just like you guys just doing whatever you want, I guess. Like it's far more interesting to be like you get what you want, but you hate it now that you have it, and you're like, fuck, you're totally right, like I don't deserve, and like that conflict is what's interesting. Or, you know, like that kind of stuff ends up coming to the table, or like romantic subplots come to the table a lot. Like that's the stuff that ends up becoming like the real material that you end up fighting with. Like a lot of like what, you know, I mean, most characters are tropes when you do a one shot like this. Basically, you know, they're like they're not very like, you know, they're not multifaceted types people.
Yeah.
But
I played the.
It's still good. It's so strong.
Let's see. We had a cynical serial killer, a shitty wizard, a knight that makes horrible decisions, a angry widow, and a lovable non-human but almost human entity. So yeah, those feel like tropes.
Sir, I don't know. I mean, Castron's not horrible. I mean, he's results orientated. You know, he's oriented to results. That's all.
Yeah,
he's just a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's just a basically good dude who got completely fucked over.
Yeah.
Castron is.
Well, I mean, I gotta do with what I got. You know, I mean, it's not like I was working with the best clay here.
You got talked into doing some really bad stuff by Party.
Yeah.
You really did. You really did. I feel like Chunk was the main character, but you two's relationship was the driving force.
So what do we think? So what do we think of the game? Any other ideas? Any other stuff about Follow?
It makes a good one shot.
What I really like about it is that it lets you play purposely counter to the group's goals in a way that adds to the game instead of detracting from the game. So like Barthalcatraz as a character is like like this concept is like doesn't really work in like D&D or Dungeon World or like that kind of stuff as well, because like you always end up being in a situation where it's just like, all right, like roll dice to fight each other, where it's just like, okay, like whatever. But in this game it can be very much like I was always on my own agenda, being like kind of an evil, scummy character, and yet I was always throwing white because I still wanted to complete our goal.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to do that with these characters, I think.
Yeah, that's true. That's another good part about this game, is how it allows you to... Exactly, it gives you the space to be like, I'm a shitty character, but like as a group, it also gives you the space to be like, well, I want to succeed anyways, though, right? Like, despite the conflicts that we're putting forward. It does a good balance of that as well. Yeah.
We didn't have nearly as many people die as I was expecting.
Yeah.
I mean, off camera, every member of the peasant militia died.
We killed thousands of people.
You literally killed a lot of people. A lot.
Yeah, a lot of people. But
wait, did Lynn survive? What happened to Lynn?
Oh, is that like the after credit scene of Lynn just sipping a martini with Balthazatraz? Or Barty? I don't know. Fuck it.
I'm doing lich things.
Yeah, you're doing lich things and just like hanging out.
All right.
Love it.
I guess that's
I would
it
just
then.
like to say, Ben Robbins makes good stuff on a regular basis.
This was a
And
very good game.
sounds like a brand of ice cream, so...
Ben Robbins Rocky Road with mint.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm incredibly impressed by this game. This is certainly I love how much Follow encapsulates a lot of really good lessons that were learned from other story games that have been made in the past. This is not a game that came out of left field. This game is a finely honed machine, or being honed machine, that's based on the foundation of, it's standing on the shoulders of giants, right? Like, this game, it was built heavily by Fiasco. Like, it's obvious, its strong influences come from Fiasco. I mean, Ben made freaking Microscope. He understands how turn order works and the importance of that sort of stuff. He loves Polaris, and I love Polaris. Polaris is actually Ben's it's probably his favorite game. Besides, like, his own stuff, right? But, like, he loves Polaris. I see a lot of Polaris from that, and how Polaris has influenced Downfall, and how this consequence stuff can be seen in here. There's this just huge, just like, this gradient, this timeline of and Follow deserves this spot here later on. Like, it fits. It's really awesome. It's really brilliant. I can't get over. What did you guys? I just can't get over. We won. Yeah, I can't get over how good those quests are, and how they're generic enough to get you what you want without being too smack you over the head stuff. I'm definitely going to play this game again, and I definitely want to do that fucking Roman Senate, get guy elected to become emperor thing. I want to do that real bad, or head of Senate. That sounds so much fun.
Even though I totally fucked this a little bit with my lovable teddy bear. I totally want to be on that game whenever it happens.
Yeah. And
I feel like everybody here probably feels the same, because this is a great, great project. What's the developer's name again?
Ben Robbins.
Ben Robbins.
Is this game done, or is it still? You said it's new. Is it totally published?
No. Okay. So this is a good point. If you guys want to get yourselves a copy of this game, let me just find the website real quick. He's still looking for playtesters. This is something that's not done in a vacuum.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, as of right now, the only way I get to play role-playing games is if I bum one off of Eric.
That's fine. So I put a link in chat here. I'm gonna put a link in the description of the VOD. So what I sent out is the link that Ben said from his website about Follow needing playtesters. I'm sure he still needs feedback and stuff about his game, especially if you want to playtest his new challenges and his new quests. I know that last Thursday he played one of them, but I forget what it was now. He played the Colony one, which is about a landing on a new world and settling someplace. And that was a lot of fun that he did. I'm thinking if I did the Colony, I want to do Dwarf Fortress.
That'd be good.
That'd be really funny. Yeah. So that's that's where a lot of this comes into. That's why I say a little bit of there's a sprinkle of Kingdom built in, where sort of certain particular roles as players, as well as roles as people, fall into stuff. And speaking of which, I really should play Kingdom here on camera one time. I don't think I have yet. It's one of the few games I've played in real life but never actually streamed yet. So I got to work on that as well.
Kingdom is cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea, but it's really daunting and really intimidating. Ben says it in himself that that game, if he had the time and stuff, he would do a second version of Kingdom that's sort of help explains how to make it work better. It could have been, it's a good game. It plays as written, but it's a little kind of clunky and hard to get your head around. But
yeah, I've only ever seen it played, so never had.
It's like the Burning Wheel of Ben Robbins' game.
It's the Burning Wheel of Ben Robbins games. Yeah, it's super awesome.
Luke.
But, yeah,
Burning Wheel.
Yeah. So that would do it. That would do it for today. Let's go around the horn. Let's go clockwise this time. Outros. So MTO.
Hi everybody. I'm Michael, or MTO, wherever the heck you can find me. I am a nerd that hangs out with Eric on occasions and plays games. And I also do some game design stuff in my spare time at SwiftKite Design. You can like us on Facebook. Yeah, if you see me on the internet, come say hi. I'm friendly. I don't bite all the time, I promise.
Yeah. AP?
I mean, I'm AP Gaming Real. I'm on a bunch of social medias. Just look me up. I run tabletop games. I'm on this show all the time, so I don't need to explain myself, and I'm not going to keep repeating myself.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're horrible at or brilliant at branding.
I'm amazing at branding.
I think it is. I think you're amazing at branding, but I'm anyway.
Sam?
And I'm Sam, and I have no brand. So that's me.
That's your brand. You're like the generic brand. Everybody knows what Equate is, right?
Yeah. All right. And I'm Eric. I'm Eric Fogaris on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. And I do a lot of streaming games and stuff like that. I have a Patreon at patreon.com/Eric Fogaris. But before you do that, if you just tuned in, I would highly recommend you go to my YouTube and look at all my YouTube content. I have literally like 30 plus systems under my belt now of games. Some of them multiple. I have a couple ongoing campaigns now. I literally things for days. I really love games. I want to keep doing this. This is my calling. This is what I want to do with my life. Literally, if I could, I would be playing games every day and recording them and talking about games as much as I could.
You're pretty close to do that now.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
Yeah, but I don't make enough money to make that my life right now. So I'm trying to change that. So that's why I have a Patreon. Fuck capitalism.
Support Eric because he's awesome.
Right now. But I really, yeah, I want this more than anything. So keep doing it. And you know what? Let me know what kind of stuff you want. Like, follow me on Twitter. Like, hit me up on Twitter if there's like more games you want to see, or like comment in my YouTube channel stuff, or just hit me up in chat here on Twitch. Let me know what you guys want. Like, if you want more stuff, if you want me to play D&D, man, like I'll put on the best goddamn like West Marches D&D you've ever seen. Like, I'll do whatever. Like, let me know what people want, and I can do it because I love playing games. And I want to make games interesting and fun for people.
Can we do like a Moldvay adventure?
Maybe.
Can I vote on that? I vote for Moldvay. Let's do that.
AP's shaking his
Because I
head.
miss Moldvay. I miss playing it.
This is Mold Bay.
Everyone misses Moldvay. It's amazing.
I don't know. I don't have any problems with Moldvay. But
Apparently, AP does.
playing Moldvay feels like playing Diablo on hardcore mode.
I know. It's great.
That's what I think of Moldvay.
I'm also on that. I also
I
love
don't know,
Dark
man.
Souls
Like,
and stuff.
I'm deep in that torchbearer, man. I want to bear all those torches. I love that system right now. It's super good.
I've never actually sat down. I like read Torchbearer, but I've never actually sat down with a group of people and played it.
You're pretty much in like 80% of the people who know what torchbearer is, MTO.
I'm aware.
Are people who have the book and have read it and been like, shelf. I don't know how this works. It is. It's super intense. But I'm telling you, like, now that I've played about 6 sessions of it and talked about it a lot, it's starting to click a lot, and I really see how it's supposed to work. And like, it has some really, really, really good mechanics for people to be like, you guys are basically the human equivalent of raccoons, and you have to work together or you're gonna die. Like, that's pretty much what you are. You're a raccoon.
Oh, God.
And you're in this horrible dumpster that's on fire, and you're trying to get as much stuff out before you die.
And what time is your Torchbearer show showing?
Yeah, Torchbearer is at 11 a.m. on Wednesdays, Pacific time. So that's like 8 p.m. GMT, I think. And yeah, it's super awesome. So yeah, that's some stuff. So that'll do it. I'll do it for everybody. Take care. Thank you, everybody. And I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go eat my feelings.
That's reasonable.
Yeah. Take care.
Yeah,
Everyone.
same. I got chili to eat.